English for Information Technology. Coursebook. Level 2. By David Hill. Published by Pearson. Unit 1. Working in IT. Recording 2. 1.
Hi there, I'm Maria. I have a great job. I write software for the company's computers.
2. Hi, I'm Ahmed. I supervise a team of technical support people. When our customers have a problem, we help them to get things working again. 3.
Hello, Freddie here. I work for XBM Technology. I'm responsible for our IT projects. I have to plan projects and make sure they're finished on time, and also that they don't cost too much money. It's a very stressful job.
4.
My name's Hannah. Hi. I look after all the computers in the company's offices. I set up new computers, install software, and generally keep everything working. And if someone has trouble with their computer, it's me who has to diagnose the problem and fix it. Oh, my job title, I'm a support technician.
5.
Hiya, my name's Timothy, but most people just call me Tim. In my job, I design databases, then develop them and later maintain them.
6.
Hello, I'm Sophie. I have a very interesting job. When a company wants us to write software for them, I visit them and find out exactly what they need. Then I write specifications for the software. Our software developers then write the software to match the specifications. My job title is Systems Analyst.
Unit 1. Recording 3.
Hi, Robert. Just to help me understand what you do, could you tell me about your daily routine?
Well, every day is different. But generally, I arrive at work at about 8:30, go straight to my desk and check my emails. I usually have a few of them. I reply to as many as I can, but by 9, when most of the office staff arrive, my phone generally starts ringing.
So, how do you actually help people?
It depends. I normally try to visit people at their desk, but occasionally problems come in from salespeople while they are out visiting customers. Problems with their laptop, for instance. Then I have to solve the problem on the phone or by remote access. This isn't very common, though.
And what else do you do?
Well, from time to time, I have to attend meetings with managers and talk about our IT systems. And a few times every year, I speak to visitors who are selling equipment we might want to buy. I hardly ever go out to visit them, though. Just once when I went to the local computer shop for a cable because we couldn't wait for delivery.
Unit 1. Recording 4.
So, what does your company do?
Well, we mostly develop apps for Apple and Android devices, iPhones, that kind of thing.
And who are your customers?
They could be anyone, really. For example, many are companies wanting an app to show their products. We also do a lot of work for educational organisations. They often want apps to help people learn something.
Does your company produce any hardware?
No, that's a very different field. All our products are software. But we do work closely with hardware manufacturers to make sure our software works well.
And what are your future plans?
Good question. We have a product launch tomorrow night. Do you want to come?
Unit 1. Recording 5.
Hi, Latifa. How's your new job?
Good. Mostly, Ivan. I enjoy programming. But I had a small problem today, and I wanted to call my mother. My manager heard me and told me not to. I can't even make personal phone calls.
Oh dear, that's a pity. But it's the same in my office. It's okay if we use email, though. No problem then.
And that's not all. When my manager came over to me, she saw I was trying to update the software to a new version. She wasn't very happy at all. She said I mustn't install anything myself for security reasons. I have to ask the support technician to do it. That's a bit of a pain when you're busy.
I guess I'm lucky. I can install apps as often as I want.
One thing's good, though.
What's that?
Occasionally, I can work from home. That means I don't see my manager. Great.
Unit 1. Recording 6.
Hi, Juliet here, Chief Accountant. Is everyone there?
Yep, Fred here, office manager in the Manchester office.
Ulrich here, also in the Manchester office. I'm the IT support officer.
Okay, let's start the meeting. I understand that your design department's computers are very slow and we need to find a solution. We don't have much money for IT equipment at the moment, I'm afraid. Any suggestions? Fred?
What about upgrading to a new version of Windows? A new operating system is much cheaper than buying new computers and should be faster.
Good idea. How does that sound, Ulrich?
Well, I'm afraid there might be a problem. Unfortunately, the computers just won't run the new Windows well. They're just too old.
Okay, could we buy more memory then?
That wouldn't work either, unfortunately. We can't put any more memory in. They're already full. I really don't think that upgrading will work.
That's a pity. We just don't have enough money to replace all the computers. Do you have any more ideas, Ulrich?
How about just replacing 4 computers for now and the other 4 later? I think I can find some good deals. How does that sound, Fred?
Yes, I think that will work. I think the designers will be happy.
Okay, good. That's decided then. Ulrich, send me an email when you've found a good price. Now, let's move on to the next item on the agenda, which is the cost of the new photo.
Unit 2. IT Systems. Recording 7.
Okay. See the large thing with silver-colored edges near the middle? Well, just above the middle. That's the CPU socket, where the CPU, the central processor unit, goes. Now, can you see the long orange and white slots to the right of the CPU? There's a white one, an orange one, then another white one, and another orange one. They're for the memory, for the DIMM memory modules. Now, look at the bottom of the board. See the green and orange slots of different lengths? These are where the graphics card and things like that go. Now, looking at the left-hand side, this is where the connectors are. The lower ones, nearer the bottom, are the audio sockets for the sound. And above them is the Ethernet connector, where you plug the network cable in. And higher up are some USB ports for connecting your peripherals. You know, things like your keyboard and printer, and the hard drives and Blu-ray drive, they plug into the SATA sockets. They're the orange things in the bottom right-hand corner. See the 5 of them?
Unit 2, Recording 8. 1.
A dual-core processor.
2.
A quad-speed Blu-ray drive.
3.
A 3.5mm socket.
4.
A micrometer.
5.
18 nanometers.
6.
A 26 kilobyte file.
7.
2.4 megahertz.
8.
4 terabytes.
Unit 2, Recording 9.
The shipment just arrived.
Great. Let's check everything's here. OK, I've got the order form here.
And here's the delivery slip from the shipment.
Right, let's see if they match. What's first on yours?
5 laptops, each with a 2.73 gigahertz dual-core processor.
OK, that's fine.
And 380 gigabyte drives.
Ah, we ordered 500 gigabyte drives. Oh dear. How much memory do they have?
8 gigabytes.
That's no good. We ordered 16. How about the video card?
Radeon 3850, 1 gigabyte.
Well, at least they got that one right. And the screen resolution?
15.6 inch, 1920 by 1080.
Should be 1366 by 768. I won't complain about that, though.
And 4 USB ports. No OS. 1 year warranty.
Yep, that bit's fine. How about the desktops? There should be 10 of those?
Yep, that's what this says as well. And, 10 boxes.
And they should be 3.4 gigahertz and with 8 cores.
Well, they're 3.4 gigahertz all right, but they seem to be quad cores.
Ouch.
All with 2 terabyte hard drives.
You mean each has 2 drives, 1 terabyte each?
Nope. They each have 1 drive, 2 terabyte.
Oh dear, still not what we ordered. We really need the 2 separate internal drives. How about the graphics card?
2 gigabytes.
That's okay.
And the optical drive is a 6x Blu-ray drive.
Good.
And there are 4 USB ports and a Wi-Fi card.
Well, they got the optical drive and the Wi-Fi card right, but we asked for 8 USB ports. Oh dear. I'll call Dingle straight away.
Unit 2, Recording 10.
OK, so first, can you see computer in the left-hand pane?
No, I don't think so.
OK, can you scroll up to the top?
Ah, yes, I can see it now.
Now, right-click on that and a menu will appear.
OK.
Just select Manage. There may be a short wait, but a box should appear. Can you see it yet?
Not yet. Ah, yes, there it is.
Can you see where it says Storage in the left-hand pane?
Yep.
Just to the left of that is a little box with a plus sign. Click on that.
Yep, got it.
And a new icon will appear labelled Disk Management. Click on that and a list of your drives will appear in the centre pane. How many are there?
There are 2, Disk 0 and Disk 1.
I see. Now, just right-click where it says Disk 0 and choose Properties from the menu. Then, from the box that appears, choose the Details tab. Then you'll see a drop-down menu.
Yep, got it.
In that drop-down menu, select Install Date.
Just a moment while I look for it.
It's about halfway down. You'll probably have to scroll down a bit.
Ah, yes, here it is.
OK, thanks. What date does it say?
The 7th of December, 2011.
OK, thanks very much. Now, if you...
Unit 2, Recording 11.
We've come across a few organisations recently who have been using open source software. We think this is a big mistake. Why? Well, there are several reasons. First, there's the issue of cost. Many people think that open source software is cheaper than proprietary software. However, this is not true. Yes, it costs less to buy to begin with, but that's not the only cost. There's also the cost of training and the cost of support. A lot of proprietary software is very common, so there are many people who already know how to use it. But open source is often unfamiliar, so additional training is required. Also, open source operating system providers often make their money by charging for support. But if you buy proprietary software, support is free. Secondly, companies that produce proprietary software can pay salaries to their software developers. This means that proprietary software is usually better, with more features, a better-looking user interface, and fewer bugs. Finally, with operating systems, there is one major disadvantage of open source systems. Most commercial software doesn't run on open source operating systems. Open source applications for word processing do exist, but for others, such as design and video editing, they are not very good. For those purposes, the industry standard is to use proprietary software.
Unit 3, Data Communication. Recording 12.
Hi, is that the IT department?
Yes. Can I help you?
Yes. I'm having trouble with the new browser we're using on our PCs.
OK. What's the problem?
Well, the old one had a box for searching.
The search bar? Yep. This one has it too, but it's the same place that you type the web address into.
Ah, you mean the one that starts with HTTP?
Yep, that's it.
OK, let me try it. I need to open a new tab first. I knew how to do that in the old browser, but not in this one.
Now, see the little shape to the right of your current tab?
Yeah.
Just click on that.
Ah, yes. I've got a new tab now.
OK. Now, just type what you are looking for into the address bar and hit Enter. It'll search for you.
Oh, I see. OK, that works.
Great.
Thanks. That's good. I understand that now. But something else is confusing me. I can't see any menus. Where did they go?
Well, see that spanner symbol in the top right corner? Click on that and you'll see all the menus there.
Oh, yes. Thank you. I don't know how I missed that.
Great. Is everything else OK?
Yes, thanks. There is one thing I do like. I can see all my bookmarks now, just below the address bar. Much easier than going to a menu for them like before.
Unit 3, Recording 13.
What's the address?
It's www.d-o-socialwork, all one word,
Yep.
.gov.ae.
Yep.
Then /schools_2.html and then a question mark followed by 72.
Okay, so that's www.schools_2.html question mark 72?
That's it.
Great. Thanks very much.
You're welcome.
Unit 3, Recording 14.
Could you tell me the address?
Yes, sure. It's
www.agamy.com/search/results_aspx-p.
Okay, so that's www.agamy.com/search/results_search/results_aspx question mark p.
Almost right. It's -p at the end, not question mark p.
Okay, thanks very much.
No problem.
Unit 3, Recording 15.
And how are your sales team connecting to the internet nowadays when they're visiting clients?
They just log in the normal way. They have dongles that plug into their laptops. With those, they can send data through the mobile phone system. Or they can use a wireless connection.
That doesn't sound very secure.
What do you mean? They all have passwords.
Well, after the data leaves the computer, there are many ways for people to read it if they try hard enough.
Yeah, but that's not very common, is it?
Actually, you'd be surprised. It's happened to many of my clients.
Oh dear. What can we do?
Well, what I recommend is a VPN, a virtual private network, which is a very secure system that's easy to use. Your team will be able to log in from anywhere.
Sounds great. Is it difficult to use?
Not at all. Your sales team will log in as normal. They can use the same dongle or Wi-Fi networks as now. The system will encrypt your data. In other words, it will change your data so that no one else can read it. Only your company's computers. Even the government won't be able to read it. You don't have to worry about security at all.
Unit 3, Recording 16.
Hi, Matt. Are the new tablets for the installation technicians ready?
Yep, nearly.
Great. How much paper do you think they'll save?
Lots, I think. Currently, we print out instructions and then give them to the installation technicians who go out to clients. And when the work is finished, the customer signs for the work. After all that, the technician takes all the paperwork back to the office.
Yep.
But with the tablets, we can just send the work instructions over the mobile phone network. The tablets have GPS and maps to help find the clients quickly and easily. The customer signs the electronic version, and the system sends it to the customer's email address, together with an invoice. Also, the data about each job goes straight to our database.
Great. And do you think the tablets will improve flexibility?
Sure. Sometimes a customer changes their order when the technician is already out of the office. In the old system, that was a problem because the paperwork was already with the technician. But with this system, we can just update the instructions remotely.
That sounds like better customer service. I guess we can also communicate more easily with the technicians?
Yep. If they need spare parts, they just send the specifications directly. Much quicker than telephoning. And there are probably fewer mistakes that way as well. It's the same when changing their schedules. We can do that when they're out working as well.
Sounds great.
There's one thing they don't like, though. We've blocked access to social networking sites and video streaming.
Well, we don't want them using those at work now, do we?
Unit 4. Administration. Recording 17.
OK, so here's the price calculations worksheet. You can probably see what it does. We wrote it to add these three values: £2.17, £9.45 and £2.99. So, see, if we add those three values, we get a total of £14.61. OK?
Yep, that's clear.
Now, see that total, the £14.61?
Mm-hmm.
That's in cell B6.
Ah, because it's in the cell where column B meets row 6.
That's right, you've got it. Now, if we click on cell B6, we can see the formula in it here, right next to where it says FX. Notice the equals sign. All formulae have to start with an equals sign. Then, after that, is the function, which in this case is sum. Now, this function just adds up the values in the cells.
OK, I see. It says equals sum bracket B3 colon B5 close bracket. What does B3 colon B5 mean?
That just tells it which values to look up. It means cells B3, B5 and everything in between in the same column.
I see. So it adds up the values in B3, B4 and B5 to get the £14.61?
Yep, that's right.
Unit 4. Recording 18. 1.
Can you tell me what's wrong? I typed in the formula from your instructions, but I just get an error message.
2.
I can't find the spreadsheet. I definitely saved it in my main folder.
3.
Yesterday, I designed a spreadsheet to work out last month's sales figures. However, it just doesn't work.
4.
I typed a date into this cell, but it shows me a number instead.
Unit 4. Recording 19.
Oh, yes, I was going to walk you through our client database. It's quite simple, and it has the usual objects, tables, forms, and reports. Now, here's the table for the client companies. It looks like a spreadsheet, doesn't it? Each record in the table is like a row on a spreadsheet. It has several fields, like cells in a spreadsheet. This one has the customer ID and information about the person who we contact at the company. Given name, family name, job title, email address, things like that. We give each customer a customer ID so that each record is unique. Everyone has a different customer ID. Because it's unique, we can use it as the primary key. Now, there's another table here, the table for orders. We give each order a unique order number. That becomes the primary key for that table. And we have fields for item, number of items ordered, cost, and so on. Next, we have the forms, which make it easy to put information into a table. This one's for adding a new customer or updating customers' details. And we have a few reports already prepared for printing. Here's one of them, the yearly report for total sales. We can also retrieve a record, of course, if we just want to look at one record. And if we want to combine information from more than one table, we can query the database. Is that making sense? Any questions so far?
Unit 4. Recording 20.
Hey, Kevin. How's everything been?
Pretty good, I think. No major problems.
How did the upgrade to the accounting software go?
Quite smoothly, actually. We deployed it okay. I think most people didn't notice.
And the backups?
They're all running smoothly. In the design department, one of the computers had a disk crash, so I put in a new one and recovered the data from backup. That was fine. It was up and running again in a couple of hours.
And the new staff members?
All good. I set their permissions on the system and showed them around the network.
And the steps we were going to take to improve security?
Yep. The marketing team now have read-only access to the accounts data, and I locked them out of some areas completely.
And did you check the logs?
Well, I did, but there was something that looked a bit strange. Let's check that out later.
Sure. And were there any other problems?
Just the usual small things. I had to reset a couple of passwords that people forgot and sort out a problem with someone who thought his password wasn't working. The usual thing. He just left his caps lock on.
Great. Let's hope today goes as smoothly.
Unit 4. Recording 21. 1.
Dahlia, before you close the database, could you email me a report on last month's sales?
2.
After partitioning the hard drive, could you run a memory check?
3.
Yoshi, check your schedule before you reinstall the operating system. It can take over an hour. And you'll have to stay with it. It'll ask you to do several things while it's installing.
4.
After I get access to your machine, you'll see the cursor moving around the screen. Don't worry, it's just me checking a few things.
5.
Just one point about our company rules. Before remote accessing anyone's computer, you should always ask them if it's okay.
Unit 4. Recording 22.
Hi, Peter. Could I have a quick word?
Sure.
I'm having a bit of trouble with that new NAS device. Everything was fine with it yesterday, but this morning the accountant was trying to save a spreadsheet to it, and she got an error message. So I checked it and, yes, I just couldn't connect to it from anywhere.
Oh dear. Any ideas?
Well, there's no problem with the network. I tested that a few minutes ago, so I'm confused. Perhaps there's a problem with the network cable?
That might be it. Let's take a look. Unit 5. Choice. Recording 23. 1.
Dedicated hosting is more secure than shared hosting.
2.
The basic plan gives you more bandwidth than the superior plan.
3.
Websites run faster on dedicated servers than on shared servers.
4.
Of the three, the basic plan has the least powerful processor.
Unit 5. Recording 24.
Hi, how's it going? Did you find a hosting service that we can move our website to?
Yes, I'll give you the details later. But basically, the company with the best deals has 3 options. And I think we'll find one that fits our needs. And if we don't, they can customise if we give them some specifications.
Sounds good. How about the prices?
Well, the setup fee is the same for all plans, $200. And the monthly charges go from $200 to $500.
OK, $200 isn't bad, but $500 is a bit high. We're not a big company. But let's look at the technical details. Is there enough storage for the information about all the music we sell on our website? We have nearly 1 terabyte of data there, I think.
Yep, we should be able to get every item that we sell onto the website.
And is there enough bandwidth for all of our customers? We had over 10,000 last month.
Yep. I think we're currently using around 2 terabytes a month or more. Their plans cover that amount.
And what about processing power?
Well, we don't need the servers to do a lot of processing. They just need to cope with lots of visits to the site.
OK, sounds good. Let's have a look at the details. If you can draw up...
Unit 5. Recording 25.
Well, it cost €1,200 to buy, but then we spent €45 on some memory cards. It broke when someone dropped it, so we had to buy something to protect it. So that was €35 for a case. We also pay €4.50 a month for the photo sharing website so that clients can see the photos. So that's €1,200 plus 45 plus 35, which comes to €1,280. Then for the photo sharing site, it's $4.50 per month for 12 months. 12 times €4.50 is an extra 54 per year. So, assuming its lifetime is 2 years, we'll pay €1,388 in total. Divide that by the 2 years, and we get €694 per year. And that doesn't include any repairs or any...
Unit 5. Recording 26. 1.
So, could you tell me how much it costs?
Sure. We have a free trial version which you can use for 30 days and you don't need to pay anything. During that time, you can use all the features. But to use it after that, a license costs £799.95, and that allows an unlimited number of users. I should let you know that we are bringing out a new version early next year, but you'll be able to upgrade for only a small charge.
2.
Could you tell me if there's a trial version?
There isn't, but we can do even better than that. We have a version that is free forever. It's limited to one user and won't work on networks, but hundreds of thousands of users already have it, and they're all happy with it. If you would like the network-enabled version and multi-user features, we can work out a special price for you, as you're such a good customer.
3.
Can you tell me what the price is?
Definitely. We have plans to suit all sizes of company. Can you tell me how many of your staff will use it?
Around 10 or so.
OK, you're in luck. Our lowest pricing tier allows up to 8, so that means you'll be on the second price tier, which is £79 per month. For that, you get unlimited updates and up to 15 users. And when your business grows, it's easy to upgrade to the next tier.
Unit 5. Recording 27. 1.
Can you tell me which pricing model you prefer?
2.
Could you let me know which email client you use?
3.
Could you tell me how often you use the internet?
Unit 5. Recording 28. 1.
I'm a graphic designer. I own my own small company and work by myself in a small office. I design sales and marketing material for other companies. Until now, I haven't done any three-dimensional design, though 3D may be useful in the future. Because I'm a one-person business, I can't spend a lot of money. I can usually work out how to use software by myself, so training isn't a problem. However, if I have a problem and I need support, I'll need it quickly, because my clients don't like waiting for me. I don't want to finish projects late because of software problems.
2. We're a small company with 7 architects and 14 workers in total. We specialise in small projects and use IT for 2 things. The first is to help with the design process, actually designing the buildings. And the second is to show clients what their buildings will look like at different times during the day and at night. Our workers like using technology, but they're very busy and don't have a lot of time to learn new software. We also don't have a lot of money to spend at the moment. 3.
We are a medium-sized toy company with several offices throughout the country. Our design department here in Manchester has 27 people. We need a CAD system to speed up the design process, and because buyers want to know what new toys look like. We also need to be able to output data to the manufacturing division to program the machines used for making toys. In the past, we used several different CAD packages, so the new system needs to be compatible with files from the old system. We're happy to spend a lot of money if it's a good product.
Unit 5. Recording 29.
Good morning, everyone. As you know, I'm going to talk about my company's recommendations for our new website. In this talk, first I'll give our web server recommendations, then I'll give our recommendations for a content management system. Let's look at web server requirements first. Your website isn't very big, so you don't need to spend lots of money on a powerful server. Also, I don't think you need dedicated hosting. It can be quite expensive. I recommend the shared hosting option for these reasons. It provides 200 gigabytes of disk space and 500 gigabytes of bandwidth. This should be fine for your needs. You'll need a database of people who register on your site, but this should be okay on a shared server. As for the Web Content Management System, the CMS, my company looked at two options: an open source option and a proprietary subscription-based system. I know that you need a low-cost solution. The open source option is cheaper than the subscription plan, but unfortunately, I don't think it will meet your needs. For one thing, it doesn't automatically support mobile phones with their small screens. However, the subscription-based site will change pages to mobile phone size automatically. This will be useful for the future. So, in conclusion, I recommend the shared server. I also recommend purchasing the subscription-based CMS to look after your website.
Unit 6. Interactions. Recording 30. 1.
Our website is getting more and more visits. We'll need more bandwidth soon.
2.
My colleague gave me some good news. Laptops are getting cheaper. I'll buy one soon.
3.
The number of companies using a social networking system is increasing.
4.
The number of visits to our website is going down. This isn't good. We need to look at this.
5.
More and more staff are asking for mobile access in order to work from home.
Unit 6. Recording 31.
So, I think it's time to update our enterprise social networking system. I think we need a few more features, not just the chat and forums in our current system. And our staff are using the current one less and less nowadays. I'll tell you what we want. Could you try to find something for us?
Yes, sure. No problem.
Great. Now, for one thing, our staff are spending more time than before with emails. We need to help them be more productive with their time. One thing they ask for is to be able to access documents easily.
Actually, we have document management in our current system. It's not very easy to use, though, and I don't think many people know about it.
We need to tell people then. But can we add comments next to each document? Then people wouldn't have to send so many emails, and everyone who uses the documents would be able to see the comments. We're doing more and more work with overseas departments nowadays, so this would be very useful.
Sure, we can get that. Comment features are normal in most new systems now.
And more people are working from home, so they need to access information there. Also, people need access while they're visiting customers.
Most systems have Android and Mac iOS clients for mobile phones nowadays, so that should be okay.
And security is becoming more and more important all the time. Can you make sure the new system is secure?
Yep, I can do that. We have some security features at the moment, but they're not very good. We should get better ones. Most current systems support encryption, for example.
And it would be great to be able to talk to systems, give them voice commands, voice recognition. Then they should be easier to use. That feature seems to be getting popular.
You mean speech-to-text capability? Sure, I'll look out for a system that has that. Or we could just use speech recognition software. Unit 6. Recording 32.
So, tell me what you've found out about video conferencing systems. What is there?
Well, there are two kinds. One kind is a dedicated system and the other is a desktop system. Dedicated systems usually have their special room with its own hardware. I mean, the room would have a set of high-definition monitors, a video camera for each participant, with remote controls and things like that.
I see. And the other kind?
Desktop systems are much simpler. We can use an ordinary PC, add some hardware, and that's it. But the quality usually isn't as good.
Sounds more flexible, though.
Yes, and cheaper as well.
Do we need anything else?
Well, an MCU might be useful.
What's that?
A multi-point control unit. With it, we can hold a video conference between 3 different locations, or more than 3.
That sounds useful. If we had one of those now, we could connect to our Tokyo, Dubai and Paris offices. Now, how about bandwidth? Do these systems use a lot of bandwidth? I guess high-definition video would use a lot.
Yes, that can be a problem. But most systems use compression, which means they use a lot less bandwidth. Compression techniques are getting better all the time, so that's very helpful.
OK, thanks very much for explaining all that. If we had a video conferencing system, we would save in other areas. Let's have a look at a few systems and compare costs and get one as soon as possible.
Unit 6. Recording 33. 1.
If we buy a video conferencing system, we'll save a lot of money on travel costs. The boss will be happy with that.
2.
If we rented a video conferencing room, it would be much cheaper than buying one, but we'd still have to travel to go to it.
3. If we bought a video conferencing solution, we'd have to build another room at the back of our premises. That would be very expensive. 4.
If we buy a video conferencing system, we'll have to think carefully about security.
5.
If we upgraded our system to high definition, we'd have to get a much faster internet connection, and it would increase the bandwidth.
Unit 6. Recording 34.
Hi, I heard that you're upgrading your e-commerce system. We've got a great e-wallet system that I think you should integrate. It's getting really popular now for B2C systems.
Oh, what's that?
It's a system that speeds up e-commerce for your customers. Customers can use it in 2 ways. One is with online shopping. You know how normal e-commerce systems can be slow to use when customers have to type in lots of information, credit card numbers, delivery address, that kind of thing? It's the main reason for people not liking online shopping. Some people even give up before they finish the process and don't buy anything.
Yes.
Well, if they use our e-wallet system, it's much easier. Customers just type in their information once and we keep it in our system. That includes their credit card information. Then, when they want to buy something from you, they just log on from your website and type in a password. The system sends all their information to you so that you can take their payment. Because it's faster, you get more customers finishing their transactions and actually buying things. And even better, it easily sends data straight to your accounting system. And, of course, it's very secure. We use high-level SSL security.
And you mentioned another use.
Yes. You still have some real bricks-and-mortar stores, don't you?
Sure.
Well, your customers who still like face-to-face shopping can also use the e-wallet because it works on mobile phones. Your customers just pass their mobile phones over the sensor when they want to pay, type in a password, and that's it. Really simple. It uses NFC, that's near-field communication, to record the payment electronically. No need to sign anything or use paper. Customers love it, and it makes life easier for your accounting staff as well.
Unit 6. Recording 35. 1.
It would be great to know more about the ESN system. I think it would be really helpful for collaboration with other members of the team, especially when we're working with the same documents. We're often in different places. At the moment, I can only use the instant messaging system. Oh, I've accessed the section about special deals for employees. That's useful.
2.
I don't have any problems with the chat. It's easy to use, and I find it easy to find company information such as policies and procedures. But could we have some training on archiving messages so that we can find them again later? It would be very useful to know about this. Does this involve tagging them with keywords?
3.
I would really like to know how to use everything better. They told me the ESN system would help me to work more efficiently, but that isn't happening. I'm probably not using it properly.
4.
I've just bought a new smartphone, and I heard that you can use the ESN system on phones. Could someone tell me how to set it up? It would be great if I could see the same information on my mobile phone and my computer. I'm out of the office frequently, so I would use this feature a lot if I understood it.
5.
My problem with this system, and with email as well actually, is that I can never find old messages. I'd love to know how to do that.
6.
The other day, I saw a colleague's messages. They were all grouped together. I mean, all the emails in a conversation were next to each other, so you could read them just like a conversation. I'd like to know how to do that.
Unit 7. Development. Recording 36.
And as you know, we're just putting together the online pizza order system. So I'd like to ask you a few questions. I understand that you take telephone orders from customers now?
Yes, that's right.
Good. Could you tell me the steps you go through when you take the order? We'll use the same steps on the website.
Sure, no problem. Well, first of all, I usually ask whether they want one of our standard pizzas, like a margherita with cheese and tomato.
And if they don't?
Well, then they can choose their own toppings. We just ask them what toppings they want.
Then?
We write it on the order sheet.
OK, I see. And if they want a standard pizza?
Then I just ask them which one they want.
And you write that down on the order sheet, of course?
Yep, that's right.
Unit 7. Recording 37.
And next we ask if they would like another pizza
OK.
And if they do, we just repeat the process, ask them the same questions again.
And if they don't?
Then we ask for the delivery address. Oh, and we tell them approximately when we will deliver it.
How do you work that out?
Well, usually I just look at how busy the staff are and how many orders have come in and make a guess from that.
I see. We'll have to work out a way for the software to calculate that. OK. That's great information. Thanks very much. And then, what do you do next?
Unit 7. Recording 38.
Now, to begin with, there are two main variables called g_move and g_turn. The first one, g_move, tells the robot which way to go, back, forward, or stay still. If g_move is 0, the robot doesn't move.
OK.
The second variable, g_turn, tells it to turn left, turn right, or not to turn.
I see. So if g_turn is 0, it doesn't turn.
That's right. Now, look at the first line of the code here. It sets g_move and g_turn to 0.
Telling it not to move and not to turn.
That's right.
I see. And the next line?
See this variable here? key_press? This has the value of the key pressed on the phone. So, if you press A on the phone, for example, key_press has the value A.
And, if I press the X key on the phone, key_press takes the value X.
Yep, you've got it.
Unit 7. Recording 39.
Now, let's look at the if statements. See the 4 of them here?
Yep.
Now, the first one looks at key_press. If key_press is A, then g_move becomes 1.
In other words, pressing A on the mobile phone means that g_move takes the value of 1.
That's correct. And later in the program, we'll see that if g_move is 1, the robot moves forwards a step.
I see. So, looking at the next line, if you press F on the phone, g_move becomes 2, and the robot moves forwards 2 steps.
Well, the first bit's right, yes. g_move becomes 2, but 2 actually makes the robot move back a step.
I see. So, for the next one, if you press S, I can see that g_turn becomes 1. But does that make the robot turn right or left?
It turns left.
So, pressing D makes it turn right.
That's correct.
Unit 7. Recording 40.
OK, let's have a quick look at the Gantt chart. What's our schedule?
Well, the systems analysts are finishing their tasks at the end of week 3, so your team is scheduled to start coding in week 4. Then the second milestone, being ready for alpha testing, is due in week 9.
So, we have 5 weeks to do the coding.
Yep, that's right. And then the alpha testing is due to finish at the end of week 10. So you're scheduled to deal with the feedback from that in week 11.
And we have 2 weeks to do that. And then, according to the chart, we start again in week 16 after the alpha testing. We only have a week after the beta testing? That doesn't sound very long.
You're right, that's rather short. I think there's a mistake. The beta testing should only last 2 weeks, not 3. So you should have 2 weeks to deal with the feedback. I'll change the chart. 2 weeks for beta testing and 2 weeks after that for you to do the debugging.
OK, that's better. Thanks very much.
No, that's okay. We should still be able to finish the project before week 18.
Unit 7. Recording 41. 1.
When are we due to finish?
Tomorrow, I think. 2.
What's your schedule next week?
Well, I'm starting a new project on Monday.
Unit 8. IT Solutions. Recording 42. 1.
I'm getting really fed up. When I try to save my work, nothing happens. The window goes grey and I can't type anything. I think the application is hanging.
2.
I've got a problem with my computer. After using it for a few hours, it just crashes. It gives me an error message and I have to restart it.
3.
My computer won't connect to the internet. The browser window just says connection error, unable to connect to the internet.
4.
My computer's running really slowly this morning. It takes a minute or 2 just to open a document in the word processor.
5.
I had a really bad morning. I lost a lot of time because of a big problem with my hard drive. It failed completely. The technician had to come to replace it. It's a good thing everything was backed up.
6.
I bought a new mobile phone yesterday, but when I got it home, it didn't work at all. I tried everything, recharging the battery, reading the instructions. It must be faulty.
Unit 8. Recording 43.
Hi, help desk here. My name is Suki. How can I help you?
Yes, hi. I've got a problem with my email. Whenever I try to send a message, the program crashes.
Okay. Can you tell me exactly what happens?
Sure. When I press send, I get an error message saying, "This program has found a problem and needs to close."
Does it say anything else?
Well, something about sending an error report to the software company. Oh, and an error code. It says error 35A4.
Have you tried restarting the computer?
No, I haven't.
Could you do that? And if you still have a problem, just call me again.
Okay. Thanks very much. I'll do that. Unit 8. Recording 44. 1.
The computer's crashed 3 times today.
2.
I've rebooted the computer.
3.
Have you reinstalled the software?
4.
I haven't had time to finish the repair.
Unit 8, Recording 45.
Hi, can I start with your name, please?
It's Martin Schwartz. That's M-A-R-T-E-N, Martin, S-C-H-W-A-R-Z, Schwartz.
Thanks, Martin. You're speaking to Sarah Boyd today. How can I help you?
Well, we bought a copy of your accounting software, but we're having problems installing it.
Oh dear, I'm sorry to hear that. That's Account Office, isn't it? Which version?
Version 7.
Thanks. So you're having problems installing it. Can you take me step by step through what you did?
Sure. I downloaded it from your website and double-clicked on the icon in Windows Explorer. A window appeared, and I followed the instructions, clicking through the steps. But just on the last stage, there was an error message.
Right. And what did the error message say?
Just error type 3. I've got no idea what that means.
OK. Have you tried downloading it again and trying again to install it?
Yep, I did that twice and got the same error message each time.
OK. There might be a missing file on your computer. I'll escalate your ticket to Tier 2 support. That means that a software engineer will call you back within 24 hours. I'm sure he or she will be able to solve the problem very quickly.
OK. Thanks for your help. I'll wait for that call.
Unit 8, Recording 46.
I've got a rather difficult problem here. This computer keeps switching off by itself, but I can't work out what's causing the problem.
Have you tested the memory?
Yes, the memory test was fine.
OK. Have you tried replacing the old memory with new memory?
Yes, I've tried that as well, but it hasn't helped at all, unfortunately.
How about the power supply?
Well, I've tried putting in a new one, but the same problem still happens.
The problem must be the motherboard. If we replace that, it should be OK.
OK, let's do that.
Copyright Pearson Education Limited, 2012.